Hello everybody, this is a 2016 Volkswagen Golf 1.6 diesel. The problem with this car is we were called down, it was parked outside the house, we were called down as a no start and the owner wasn't there and the key was left on the wheel for me. So when I got to the key, there's one, the car was locked, and when I pressed the button to unlock the car, nothing happened. So brought the key back up to the garage with me, replaced the battery in this key and went back down again. At that point then the buttons on the key worked, so the car unlocked. I hopped into the car and went for the start stop button and I had nothing on the dash, no lights whatsoever. Put a booster pack out on the battery and same thing, nothing happened. So I talked to the owner of the car and I requested a second key. So the next day a second key was provided. There it is. So again, the buttons worked. I was able to get into the car, unlock with the buttons, flash of the indicators when you press it, all good. And again in the same situation. So at that point, I don't know, we were kind of a little bit miffed. Do we need a key man, or what's going on? Is there a signal coming from the key? But eventually, after just, you know, a couple of attempts of pressing buttons, and we had booster packs on the battery, the car actually started. We had ignition and the starter cranked over the engine and the car fired up, and we brought it up to the garage. Now another chap went looking at it before me here, and he tested the battery and the battery tested bad, and we did have a load of codes. He did have a load of codes for battery under voltage and all that kind of stuff. So he changed the battery. So there's a new battery in the car and there's a new battery in the keys, and the car did actually fire up. I'll actually just show you there now. So ignition on. I don't know, did you hear that? It took a few attempts of the button to get the ignition to come on, and then second attempt at the button and the car fired up. Now as you can see, we do have an engine light on there as well. Okay, so to the scan tool, this is what I seen when I got my hands on it. Electronic steering column lock. In that module we had B11 Delta 729 ignition starter button range / performance, and in under engine then EOBD we have P0672 cylinder 2 glow plug circuit open. So I'm suggesting that the check engine light right now is because of the cylinder 2 glow plug fault, and I'm suggesting my no start is because of the button. As you can see, I've been in here there last Friday and the car is kind of ripped apart to gain access to the button, and I have a lab scope hooked up, wires going in to the button with 2 channels running there now. So I'm just trying to catch this in the act, and there it was. I pressed the button. So the car's running. I want to turn off this car. So if I press the button to turn it off, it turned off there. So the 2 wires that I'm on start at 12, and when I push that button, they're pulled down to ground, both of them. I push the button there. We've got bad signals out of both of them, and the ignition is still off. So the ignition should have been on at that point. Try that again. Now that was a success because both channels were pulled to ground and the ignition is on. So I'm going to press it again to leave off the ignition. It turned off there, on. Now it didn't turn off there because the red channel didn't go down. So I might just change that to 1 second per division. That's it going to sleep now, I think. Wake it up. I want to turn on the ignition. Ignition did come on, but that red channel is a bit messy there. Ignition off. It went off. Ignition on. It went on. Off. Okay, so it is working a lot better right now. Okay, so the ignition didn't come on. As you can see, the blue channel now went missing. That should have been pulled to ground. Try that again. Again, the ignition didn't come on, and both channels there, and now it's gone into kind of a sleep mode. Ignition on again. Should have been turned off there, but as you can see, the red channel then didn't go down to ground. So I don't know, I think that is enough evidence. So that's 2 cycles of the button working perfectly, and that's not over there. Off, on, and again, look, the red channel didn't get pulled to ground. So I think that's enough evidence. Now I don't have a wiring diagram, but with 4 wires going into the switch. One is a ground, that brown one. One is a ground, that brown one. The one beside it then is like a communication line, and then the 2 wires that I'm on look like signal for when the button is being pressed. So anyway, that's where I'm at. For this no start issue, or intermittent, shall we say, no start or no ignition issue, is the button. That's what I'm calling the button. So in here, what I was waiting on was this ignition button from the main dealer, and there is part number for anyone who wants it. So I'm going to get this in, do the kind of same test as I was doing, and see, does this little problem that I have with the button go away. Talk to you in a minute. Okay lads, so there's the old switch out, there's the new switch now in, ignition off, and we'll rerun that same test again. So ignition is off now, press the button, on, lovely signals, off, on, off, on, off, on. And that's really the evidence I was looking for to say that this is definitely a fix. Off, on, and I just put my leg on the clutch and fire this car up. Check engine light does come back on, because we do have a glow plug that we're going to have a look at as well. But look, it's the non-start issue that I'm chasing right now, and it's clearly the ignition switch faulty. So that's what was happening. This woman, she's hopping into her car, she pressed the button and she would get nothing on the dash. We'll press it off, and even when the car was running with the old switch in it, even when you go to press off, turn off the car, the button actually, when you press it, wouldn't turn it off either. So it was intermittent, and it became a lot better when I kind of went in at it and took it out of its home that was living in there. So the movement or whatever of the switch, but 100% anyway lads, the switch is the fault here for this no start issue on this Golf. So I'm going to put all this stuff happily and confidently now, happy to put all the switch back in and all the plastics back together, and then we'll go outside and we'll tackle the glow plug issue. Right, all my interior is back together lads, so let's just test this switch one last time. Smooth as silk, and off. Cool, perfect, responding to every press of the button for me, and off. Okay, cool. Button, start stop button, is the fix of this no start issue. Right, we'll move on and we're going to address this glow plug cylinder 2 issue code. Okay lads, so moving on with this Golf and attacking the glow plug issue. So we have glow plug number 2 is the fault. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 glow plugs. So I've pulled the wire off number 1. Can you see that there? Yeah, there it is. And I'm just going to do a simple resistance check on that glow plug. So see that we had the scope running. We have just now resistance leads connected to the scope, and that black one grounded, and the red one then is going to top of the glow plug there. Can you see? I'm on it there. And what have we got? Actually take that off there now and I can pause that. And we have, 1.398 k ohms, so 1,400 ohms. That's far too high. That glow plug is dead in the water. Might do the same test with the new one. See what we get there. Okay lads, conducting the same test on the new glow plug. Black lead to the body of the glow plug, red lead to the top where the plug will go onto, where the wire will go onto, and we have 661.5 milliohms, so that's 0.6 of an ohm. So huge difference. Part number to that. Is that a part number maybe?
I know what. This is clean. So I can say that in it.
Can you see that? I think that's a part number for that. So we'll swap out that glow plug there. I normally advise do 4, but the third one is, see, it's got 4 wires going into it there. It's for sensing compression inside the cylinder. So for this job we are just doing the one that is gone, which is number 2. So time belt side, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay lads, glow plug number 2 changed. Very easy, no dramas there. Code scan complete. So cylinder 2 glow plug circuit, that's what we're trying to get rid of. Hopefully get rid of a check engine light as well. These were in it. And this ignition starter button, range performance. There's another few thrown in the mix there, but not really addressing them. But anyway, we'll go back and we'll do a clear all vehicle codes. Continue. That's a function completed successfully. Press continue. Hop in the car. Ignition is already on. Starts up. And that looks to be it, lads. No check engine light on. And everything seems good. I'll drive this up the road just to make sure it's okay, but the issues were here, a no start condition because of my engine stop start button, and check engine light because of my cylinder tube glow plug circuit. So that's it for this 2016 Volkswagen Golf 1.6 diesel. Thanks again everybody for watching, and hopefully we'll see you soon again in the next one. Bye.